We just arrived in the city of Lagos, which is in the Algarve coast in Portugal. This part of Portugal is famous for its sandy beaches and breathtaking cliffs. Just came from over that section, and what's popular about this spot is that there's all these tunnels that connect one beach to the other that are man-made. And the thing is that some of them, right now the tide's somewhat out, but if it was in, it prevents you from being able to get over here. And then this just brings you to another beach. As you can see, there's another one over in the next way. We got lured over to the beach, but we actually spot what we wanted to check out was the old town, so we're gonna go head over there now. Luckily, the old town is 5 minutes away from the beach, and this is where everything's happening. Lots of restaurants, shops, and a really great vibe here. What's great about this section is that there's no cars allowed, so you can really walk all over the place, and you're free of any bikes, scooters, or vehicles. We started at the beaches which are around here, and there's an actual path that goes all the way along the coastline. It's about 5 kilometers, I think, and we're gonna try to do it in the morning. You can also take kayak tours that apparently last about 2.5 hours that also check out all the sights to see along that coast. We figured that coming to walk to the point in the evening was a much better idea because there's absolutely no shade, so it would be boiling during the day. You can park at Camilo Beach, which is about a 5-minute drive from the town of Lagos. Apparently the steps down to the beach are worth it. We just got here and saw this view, so we're gonna go here first. A gorgeous spot. We came almost to the bottom. There's not, you can't really swim here because the seaweed is actually so thick. But you can, on the other side of that cliff top is the archway that you see a lot in pictures. We just arrived at Ponta de Piedade, and at the end of this pathway, you can go down to the grotto. So we took the walkway all the way, almost at the end, and then there's a hard left and it goes down. So we're just following this walkway down, and there happens to be a sign that points to the grottos. And amazing views up here. And this is from the top of the stairs. You can kind of see it. Boat tours will actually bring you down into that section, so we'll try to get as close as we can. This is the stairway that goes down. It's perfectly smooth from so many people walking on it, so it's really slippery. And as you can see, there's a couple boats already parked there. Wow, this is amazing in here. So a great spot for pictures, obviously, everybody lining up. The stairs actually will let you come all the way down the water level. I didn't realize. And then this is like kind of a bay. And these guys in the boats are offering boat tours at 8:40 at night to bring you along the shoreline. And a great view to see the actual arches. But you're not allowed to swim here, I don't think. And also at the point is a great spot to catch the sunset. Obviously a really popular spot. Everyone here just to catch the last couple minutes before the sun sets. Good morning. This morning we are going kayaking to the Benagil caves. They were made famous because they were the screensaver on Microsoft Outlook. We were hoping to rent our own kayaks, but as of 2024, they kind of put some rules that you no longer can go by yourself. You have to get a guide and go as part of a tour. So that's the Benagil Cave, which we're actually going to. The meeting point here in the town is at the O Literal restaurant. So you're supposed to come here and then meet your guide. And it's a bit crazy because it's kind of right at a small, I guess like a junction of the roads, and there's not a lot of room. Parking is also at a minimal, but it looks like they're building a parking lot just across the street. We booked this tour on Get Your Guide for about $25 Canadian each. If you came here and booked on site, it's 25 euros each, so almost double the price.
I'll give you a waterproof bag, okay?
Great.
You can put your valuables and stuff.
Perfect. And how long is the
It's 1 hour and a half.
an hour and a half? Okay. We got our paddles and obviously our bag up at the top, and then you just walk down the hill and you're supposed to meet more guides at the bottom here. At the bottom here, there's also bathrooms, there's a bar, you can buy water. Don't actually be fooled that it's really hot here. It was warmer earlier, but it clouded over. Like, there's people wearing down-filled jackets, and there's a pretty good wind coming off the water, so it is a lot cooler. And the water is known to be pretty cold here as well. Getting down here is like kind of confusing because there's so many people, and they're trying to get everyone to do all these different things and organize kayaks for everybody. But it's a bit of a chaotic little scene on the beach here. A very choppy day out here on the ocean, and we're just waiting for the rest of our group to show up. We were luckily the first ones out. And unfortunately, a massive thing of fog rolled in, so it's really foggy this morning. So hopefully when we get to the cave, it'll be able to see a bit better. All right, we dropped the group and we were the first ones to the cave, and it is really choppy out here. But I don't know if you can actually get off onto the beach, but we'll try to float in there. Like, it makes sense why you have to have a tour guide. If you were just out here by yourself and no clue what to do, it'd be a disaster. The whole group got into the cave here, but you can't go to the beach, on the beach, as per the new rules. And we're just getting bashed around here. But it's pretty amazing in here. And I think you can walk along the top after, so maybe we'll hopefully be able to see it from that point. So there's each tour group has a small amount of time, about 5 minutes within the cave. At the same time, there's all these boats that come in on the one side and they stay on that side. We found a little calm spot in this chaos. This trip has been amazing. It's been super wavy, obviously, but it doesn't even matter if you have a guide, because for the most of the part of the time you just cruise around by yourself. You bump into everybody. Everybody has to wait for everybody regardless, because only a certain amount of people are allowed to go through certain sections at a time. But it's been a great trip. From the same spot we parked, you can go to the 7 Hanging Valley Hike Trail, which is a little trail that brings you over to the Benagil cave, and you can look down the hole into the actual Algarve. This is the point where we actually started in our kayaks and then paddled out where everyone is there, and then hung a left and started going that way towards the Benagil cave. It's not even a 5-minute walk from the car. You're at the top of the Benagil cave, and you can look down, and that's where you actually kayak to. You can see the boats that come in on the left side, and there's like a fence that comes here, and you can walk on the other side of the fence. It's hard to get a great angle without getting too close to the edge. This trail is actually 5.7 kilometers. It's incredibly foggy right now, so we're not going to do it all because we kind of don't get as great of views. But you can also see where all the kayak tours bring you. Some, I don't think they actually stop at the beach though, but they all continue along and try to hit different coves along the way. I'm quite amazed that there's actually no fence along most of this trail. There is one section, but you're already kind of back a little bit, but you can go right to the cliff edge and overlook the water. And there's no fence all the way along this whole path. The Algar Seco is one of the most photographic places in the Algarve. Unfortunately, it's still this like hazy mist fog that's going on right now, but the sun, we can feel it, so hopefully it burns it off. Right now we're going to the Boneca Cave, but from the walkway you can see the Boneca Bar, and I'm assuming it's just down there. On the way down these stairs, we saw a little opening that you can see from kind of the parking lot, and there's like an outlook that people are hanging out. So there's another set of stairs that go down there, but where we want to go is over to there, and it looks like people are cliff jumping. Another section where there's no fence and you can just easily fall in there, but it's a pretty flat path. Just have to wait your turn with people walking by. You can see in all these sections of the wall where the ocean level used to be, and the guide from earlier kayaking told us that that's why there's all these seashells high up, because at some point it was that high, but climate change has eventually made it come low over the years. And a lot of people come here to cliff jump. It looks like you can just walk up the stairwell, or there's kind of like a stairway right there that brings you back over to here. Looks like a pirate ship coming by. And the guide earlier this morning said this used to be a big area where pirates used to hide all their treasure. You just have to walk through the restaurant. It's a pretty nice little spot, awesome view, and you can see just past it, there's the entrance to the cave. So this is the start of the cave, and then it brings you to a big opening. It's kind of like a window into the ocean, and there's a huge catamaran over there. Unfortunately, it's still really foggy, so you can't see much. Just 5 minutes where we were is Carvoeiro, which is a really happening little town. It has a busy main street, and at the end is a beach that we're gonna go see. There's also lots of pastelerias and shops and restaurants all the way along, so obviously this place must be jamming in the summertime. There's also a little train to take you around. This place would be a great spot if you decided to not stay in Lagos, because this is situated right kind of in the middle between Lagos and Faro. So, and there's a lot of stuff to do on either sides. The end of the main street is the beach, and it looks like a great spot. Lots of patios on the way up. And it's again one of those kind of Algarve specific style beaches where you're in like a bay with like a point on either side. Here's a different perspective. We came from right over there and just walked across. You can also rent paddle boats, SUPs, and kayaks for $15 an hour, 15 euros an hour, sorry, or 25 euros an hour for a double kayak. Morning. There's one specific bridge here in Lagos that we have yet to find, and we keep seeing pictures of, so we're going to try to find that now. Originally at the beginning of the video, we went up those stairs and never actually crossed the beach because the tide was a little bit higher. But the second pathway through the rock face is where we need to go right now. And luckily the tide's a little further out, so there's much easier to get through. And sure enough, this is where the bridge is. And I don't think you can walk across it, but it looks like the bridge on the Amalfi Coast almost. It's pretty famous. We're gonna end the video here. Thanks for watching.